What action was this? Oh no, self-discipline. The acrid smell brings tears to my eyes, but somehow my stomach doesn't empty itself out. I would need an 8 to succeed. Dig through it. Oh boy. Well, howdy, friend. I'm CowboyHatMatt, and it is great to see you today. Welcome to a brand new adventure called Sovereign Syndicate. This is sort of going to be, well, we're testing the waters here. We'll see if there's any interest in me continuing this. This to be determined, because it's a new adventure, right? We're not sure if we're gonna like it or not, but it is sort of like just setting the expectation now, a bit of a long-form role-playing game. I think, from everything I can tell, it seems like it. So, but it's not horror, I don't think either, so hence all of the lights. So here we go. Alright, Sovereign Syndicate. This is, oh cool, check this guy out. Atticus Daley, Chapter 1, Beggar's Lane. Follow Atticus Daley as he explores the seedy underbelly of London's East Docklands in search of his mother, a reason for living, and his next fix. But there are these other people here. Like, you see the shadows in the background? You can't really see my mouse, but behind him. I mean, he's cool. Alright, we're gonna play as Atticus. Oh. What is this? Archetype selection. Atticus is a prisoner to the voices in his mind, giving into his voices, surrendering to base urges, or being forced to reflect on a life gone wrong. Which voice speaks loudest? Oh, we get to choose that? Alright, what's the leftmost? Animal instinct. Blaming his fiery temper on his Minotaur blood, he embraces intimidation in combat, swearing he has a handle on his vices. Major Arcana Chariot, trait intimidating. Oh, there's so much to read here. Oh, yeah, well, a role-playing game is all about, like, I mean, not a blanket statement, but a lot of role-playing games do feature a lot of, like, specific number crunchy kind of things where there's like these skills and attributes and abilities to keep track of. So I kind of expect that that's going to be a thing. It's a learning process. So, okay, we're not going to get into all the nitty gritty. We'll just take things kind of at face value here. All right, so embraces intimidation in combat. Spryness as a magician. Him? He is trained in escape tricks and sleight of hand. He is light-footed and nimble for a Minotaur. Fun way to eschew, like, the traditional expectation for him. I'm not sure if I want that, though. Wit. Rationality suits him in a world that is unforgiving. He meets challenges with a silver tongue and understands basic machinery. Basic machinery, okay. And self-discipline. He grew up in a crowded orphanage, using illusory magic to disguise himself as a human. He moderates his urges and keeps a cool head. So self-discipline, wit, self-discipline, wit, and spryness. Wit, discipline, animal instinct. Silver tongue. I mean, animal instinct kind of seems to be the deal, but two of these imply that he has like a magic-y background. So, High Priestess or the Star. It'd be so funny that the Minotaur is a proficient in escape tricks. Or illusory magic. I'm having a hard time. Oh, okay, well, we gotta go with something here. So let's go with the one I least expected to go with. Let's go with the spryness. All right. Anything else? Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask and he will tell you the truth. Oscar Wilde. Oh, that's the loading screen stuff. Oh, okay. A dark shape looms over you. Against the guttering lamplight, the black-shadowed form hovers unsteadily like a cutout in a magic lantern. You can't be sure whether it's a real living thing or another grim manifestation from your week-long bender, which at first blush you have appeared to have survived. Or is it the face of death come to claim you? In any case, the specter seems to be in no hurry to move along. Painful memories prick your gin-addled brain. Now you recall why you're here. You chose this alleyway in London's East End to drown the last of your days in drink. Well, If this apparition isn't the angel of death, then even at suicide you have failed. Well, that's a cheery way to start this adventure off. Old crone. Atticus, he's coming. Wake up. Get out of my head, you old crone. Oh boy. Atticus Daley. Wit. Nothing but a dark silhouette for a face. No, oh, this is the voice I chose. Nothing but dark silhouette for a face. No, it's a mask. Self-reflection. Oh, these are just different voices in my head. His voice is cold and mechanical, like the hinge of a heavy iron door concealing his identity, no doubt. Try to speak. Oh, okay, so we've got a skill check here. I need to get a 5. 17 versus 12. I need to... I'm at a 12 self-discipline. I need 17, so I need a 5. Is this a dice roll? I got a 1. So that's not great. Trying to speak. My throat just catches on dry breath. Instead of a response, he proffers me a tin stippled flask. A small kindness. Wave it off. Very well then, suit yourself. Stowing the flask, the stranger leans back into the dim light of the gas lamps. I can finally see his features in full. He wears a brass-buttoned traveling waistcoat, complete with a scarlet hood and a mask of ornate gold panels. It glitters in the gaslight, delicately crafted. I'm kind of glad I didn't accept that drink from someone whose face I can't even see. Finery like I've never seen it. On your feet now. Oh, he's like a robot. On your feet now, you sorry sight. Dizzy from the head rush, it's hard to keep my balance. Who are you? Who are you, and what do you want with me? A friend, in need of your services. A friend? But a man of his station so deep in the docklands spells trouble. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I need a moment to get my bearings. Fair enough, but I'll be watching. The stranger pulls back into his waistcoat, showing off a gilded flintlock pistol. So he said he's a friend needing help, but he's holding me at gunpoint? Over the years, many a minge bag have come to collect. This barmy naff is no different. Started task the masked stranger. Alright. So many outstanding debts and foregone second chances. Is it all catching up to me? Oh yeah, let's do this. He can try like all the others, but none have yet succeeded. The old crone. That's as may be, but if you keep going on this way, it's only a matter of time. Try looking for a way out, perhaps through that padlocked door over there. Now I've got another task, the old crone. Alright, how do I move? Oh, it's click to move? Oh, geez. Areas of interest. Explore the world around you to discover helpful items on your journey. East London hides many secrets. Press and hold the Highlight Hotspots button, which is tab, to highlight areas of interest. Alright, hold on. Oh, look at that! Okay. Cool. Check out the liquor bottles. I can just hold this the whole time. Okay. Genever, Rotgut, and dry gin bottles are strewn about, broken and empty. Wager those are remnants of a day drowned in sorrow. Feels like ages ago. What's left of my stash? Looks to me like a day well spent. Self-reliant, not an option I can choose. Sooner or later, I'll have to untether myself from alcohol's allure. Oh, interesting. Too bad I can't have that. Yeah, I don't need to be super proud. Maybe this is self-depreciating. But I don't know that, so let's go. What's left of my stash? What's left of my stash? Oh, okay. Your inner voices are at odds. When you choose one voice over another, this changes the balance of your humors. Over time, these voices become stronger. Okay. So I got something called Black Bile. What is that? Is that an actual... Is that like a drink or is that an ability? What happened? Okay. It's worth a closer look. So, look through the bottles. I need 10 to succeed, or self-discipline. Think I've had enough liquor for now. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting a 10. I kind of like the card. It's 38% chance of succeeding. Wow. I kind of like the card situation, though, as opposed to dice. That's interesting. All right, self-discipline. I think I've had enough liquor for now. Probably for the best. So all these other voices are just like internal parts of him that are having a conversation. That's cool. All right, what else? That's liquor bottles. Newspaper. Let's go get the small stuff out of the way here. The Illustrated London News, this week's edition. A fleet-footed journalist takes to the East End, underground and undercover. The hard-boiled scoop on the Cortesian killer. Who's really behind the murders, and what is Scotland Yard still hiding from the public? Read on for the gory details. The story will boil your blood. Ponder the news. 1 black bile. Hazards of the job, I suppose. But it's a shame. No one deserves to die like that. Maybe not, but they knew the risks. The East End is an unforgiving place. That's true, and I've kept their company before. It could have been an acquaintance of mine. Let's be a little bit more empathetic. He doesn't need to be so hard. 1 phlegm. What are these things I'm collecting? That's true, and I've kept their company before. It could have been an acquaintance of mine. Ariana? Okay, this is what I picked, Spryness. I'm going to lean into that whenever I get the opportunity, because I feel like that's the thing I should align with. As long as it makes sense, character-wise. I'd surely hope not, but it's been a while. I should check on her. 1 blood. Dolly's being hunted. It is rather curious. Investigate the murders. I'm no police special, but I'll see what I can find. Alright, cane sword. Oh, is this mine? An evening cane concealing a steel blade in a cherry wood sheath. Below the brass figurehead is a band of crushed velvet. Battle-scarred with well-worn handle. And suitable in aristocratic circles. Take the cane with you. I should really keep better track of my belongings, even on a gin bender. Agreed. Agreed. Okay, now I'm just going to see. There's something. Can I get up here? There looks to be something up above me. Is there any way to move quickly? Like if I double click? Yeah, that's good news. Herring basket. A slatted wooden basket made from hazel cuttings. Willow branches weave around the bottom for support. Why am I up here looking at a basket? Surely I have more important matters to attend to. I can smell the rotting fish from here. Several days past its prime. Lean in or leave it alone. Rotting fish doesn't really, What harm could it do? Lean in. Let's have a look. White strips of flesh swimming in a pool of decomposition. Kippered herring? Self-discipline. Required 8 to open it or leave it alone. Sure, I mean, I might fail anyway. Oh, minor tarot. So yeah, instead of dice, it's relying on tarot cards to make my skill checks, which is interesting. To make a skill check, you will draw a card from one of the 4 minor arcana decks. Each deck contains numbers from 1, the ace, to 14, the king. They also contain the world, which will always succeed a skill check, and the fool, which will always fail, and then reshuffle the deck. Okay, so coins is for situations of spryness, joy, and energy. The swords is testing physical force, intimidation, or instinct. The wands is when performing mental feats or employing sharp wit. And the cups is for when calmness and self-discipline are tested. Alright, great. What'd I get? A success? Oh, I didn't want to open this one. This was... What action was this? Oh no, self-discipline. The acrid smell brings tears to my eyes, but somehow my stomach doesn't empty itself out. I would need an 8 to succeed. Dig through it. Oh boy. Oh boy, we're winning this one. I don't know if that's great. In for a penny, in for a pound. Tossing the congealed skin to the street, I land on something round and flat with milled edges, and it's not just the one. A couple of coins, and some spoiled herring. Oh, I've got some coins. Okay, and spoiled herring? I don't know if I need that. I should probably bathe at the earliest opportunity. Oh no, is that gonna be consistent? I just make myself smell like rotted fish? Oh geez, okay. Interesting. Alright, where are we at here? Where are we at? Vagrants. Missing poster. Tell me about that, and then we'll talk to these vagrants. Gears and cogs. Okay. Missing poster. Julie and Bertram O'Brien, orphans missing from Sacred Heart Orphanage. Small reward furnished upon any information leading to their safe return. Please have a heart for our poor children. The Sisters of the Sacred Heart, 22 Cherrywine Lane, East End, London. Alms accepted. I remember this place. But I'd rather not think about it, and what's it got to do with me now? Yeah, no. We're gonna be empathetic here. But I'd rather not think about it. Try as I might to erase the memory, it was too much of my life to bury with blackouts. Being an orphan myself, should I be the one to investigate? Yeah, why not? We're in this for the game, right? Instead of just telling other people to do it. Being an orphan myself, should I be the one to investigate? There are unsettled spirits in the Docklands, and like it or not, I play a part in their pageantry. Hopefully not as some marionette with strings to pull for their amusement. Then I should leave no cobble unturned. Search for the missing orphans. Something's not right here, and orphans in the Docklands need all the help they can get. I feel like that's a thing we should do. Alright, let's talk to these vagrants here. Hey, what do you know? 3 rootless souls taking their ease in the heat of a steam vent, one of the few free comforts to be had in old London town. This one is Poe Pickett. Drifts around the city so much it's hard not to know him. Might not remember me, though. I'm a walking Minotaur who, has a cane and a top hat. Are there many like me? Poe Pickett. Balderdam. Dash that landlord. Bloody meter refuses to fix the... Yep, meter. Refuses to fix the heat in my abode. Them mutton shunters cast me out on the bricks like flicking an ant off a sleeve. The unfortunate's companion huddled for warmth, their tattered garments splashed with ale stains. These men are dusty, perpetually so. Not that I miss the old quarters, no. With the endless boiler troubles, 'twas not much warmer in there than out here. He looks at me askance. Wager his mood still needs thawing. Oi, horns, if you're not handing out hot meals, bugger off. Talking takes thinking, and I ain't got a lot of that to spare, in case you didn't notice. So he wants a meal. I talk to him again. Offer some herring to Poe. Oh, hey, it's good I got that. Look at a Minotaur whose eyes are just as bad as his ears. Like I said the first time, unless you've got a morsel for old Poe, just bugger off. Yeah, let's give it to him. Will this do? Temperament. Temperament is a representation of your character's mental state, progressing from desperate, weary, content, optimistic to hopeful. Your choices can change your character's temperament. I guess which is down here in the bottom left corner. Certain dialogue choices are only available based on your temperament score. Oh, I see. Okay. What the devil is this? You trying to send me 6 feet under? Wager you're nothing but a jester. Lose 5 hope. Goodness. Alright, well, listen, man. I get that it's not great, but it was something. Especially if you, cooked it? I don't know. I mean, I guess... I wasn't trying to be rude. Gears... Oh, these are just... Oh, I thought Gears and Cogs was a place. There were Gears and Cogs over there before. Mechanical odds and ends. Shimmering in the gaslight. Worth a little tin if you deal them to an engine man. Gather the gears. Might prove useful. Alright. Let's move over this way a bit. So we've picked up a bunch of quests, but we haven't really... Containment fence. That's electrified. I shouldn't touch that, probably. But we haven't really done too much in terms of, progression. We're just kind of exploring right now. Can't talk to this poor person. Gears and cogs. Handy for small repairs and worth a few bob to an engineer. Gather the gears. Might prove useful. Yep. Okay. Overground station. Wagon. Masked stranger. Okay, so the masked stranger seemed to be, the first thing. Alright, what's with the wagon? And then we'll talk to the stranger. I don't know where the crone is, though. Hold fast to your sanity, okay. Some wayward cartwright abandoned their wagon here. Beyond it, tenements and a dead end. He's got me hemmed in. Must be the masked stranger. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's talk to him. The stranger stands with a loose grip on his flintlock. Right then, you ruddy sight. Let's get going. We'll need you battling on a full wicket. Should I let him ragdoll me around East London? Not a chance. 2 required. Oh, he could put a bullet through my heart in a half moment. Now's not the right time to challenge him. Not a chance. Alright, I got it. Just barely. I got a 2. Goodness. With my stature, I should get the best of him. Still, it's a question of speed and dexterity. I take a big swing at him, but he dodges deftly. Even so, I make a pass at his handgun. But he swats me away like I was a child. You can't shake me off. I'm not one of your debts. A soldier's cold and steely gaze. He must have seen combat. Scores of bodies like I can't imagine. It's a rictus curse. The blood is hardly pumping in my veins as the fight leaves my body. Fine then, I'll go along willingly, but if I'm to meet my end, please spare me the pain of it. I'm glad we understand each other. I need a 10 on wit. Where are you taking me? Failure. Okay, that didn't work out. He merely grunts and snatches my arm, ready to lead me off. I lost more hope. What's my temperament? Weary? Goodness. I'd rather not suffer any more than I have to, but at some point you'll tell me what you're planning. There's no time for dawdling. Bell End, he hasn't any conscience. If it seems like London left you behind, humor me for the evening. Otherwise, I'll deliver the bounty on your head, and I won't have wasted any time. Oh, there's a bounty on my head. I guess if I owe a bunch of debts, that makes sense. Your headache rages with a fierce second wind, and every step is a hammer and nail in your psyche. The stranger's reckless pace only makes matters worse, his arm like a vice grip, dragging you down a maze of twisted alleyways until at last a string of paper lanterns appears, buoys in a sickening sea of night, the cherry glow of Red Lantern Lane. Within waves of jasmine and sandalwood incense, memory washes fear away. This might be the only place that could convince you to keep on living, even for just a night. The gas mantle above the door fills you with fondness, cleansing the rust off of your mind-gouging hangover. You've arrived at the Red Lotus Den, the only place you've ever felt at home. No need to be pulled along now. You go willingly inside. Happy now? Body aches, persistent nausea. From a physical standpoint, I'm barely holding together. Allow me to rephrase. Have you ever been happy? I don't have that option, probably because of my temperament, but can't say that I have, but I've gotten close to it here. Withdrawals. They can muddle our heads and make us weak. Don't worry, you'll feel better soon. Okay, so what is my task telling me about the masked stranger? Talk to the bouncer or otherwise find a way... Yeah, that's this one. Okay. Otherwise find a way inside the Red Lotus Opium Den. So talk to the bouncer or find another way in. What is the crone about? What is going on here? Okay, so the crone, I don't have to... Find out who the crone is before she drives you mad. Goodness. Okay. Missing orphans and the courtesan killer. Those are investigations. Probably in different locations. Okay, cool. So that's that. My inventory. Spoiled herring. Cane sword. Interesting. Okay, cool. Changing area. Heck. Towels and bathrobes disarrayed in cubbies. I could change into something more presentable here. But I pawned my extra finery to cover the last bender. No regrets. Well, I don't know, kind of regrets. I lost an option because I had to pay off a debt. Well, I had to pay off a debt, so. Bath? Yeah, we do need a bath, I'm understood, so. A steaming bath awaits your tired bones. Wouldn't it be good to get cleaned up? Take a bath. Wash, wash, wash. Rubber ducky. There you go. Plus 10 hope and plus 1 blood. How about not smelling like vomit and cane rats? We shan't offend the ladies. Are there ladies about in here? Is this like a co-ed type thing? Okay. Where's the bouncer? Wasn't I supposed to talk to a bouncer? Mahogany bar. Alright, what's up at the bar? A brass linteled mahogany bar lined with candles, casting eerie shadows on the centaur behind it. His equine muck sweat cuts through the smell of incense. Careful there, centaurs are known to have short fuses. especially at long hours in service occupations. Alright, animal instinct's probably going to be mean here. Cantankerous creatures, sure as sunup. If I had a shilling for every centaur on a power ship, I'd have a town in Kensington. Some centaurs have been kind to me. Yeah, again, let's not try and push any extra buttons here. We already have people after us. Some centaurs have been kind to me. I won't pass judgment until he proves me wrong. How about Mr. Browncoat? He's rather unique. Aye, Bixby Browncoat. Must be the other guy at the bar. The owner here. Oh, the owner here at the Lotus. Most nights he's waiting at the bar, so I hope he hasn't taken ill. Oh, so he's not around. Okay. Spryness. Fortune favors the bold. Let's get this over with. Fortune favors the bold. Let's get this over with. Okay. Oh, the bouncer is there. Okay, let's talk to the stranger. Let us not tarry. The sooner we ask for permission to enter the Lotus, the better. Oh, we haven't got into the opium den yet. It's behind this red door behind the bar. Okay. The centaur leers, his misshapen chin a shelf for his cigarette jutting from a jangle of bad teeth. Good evening, sir. We'd like to gain admittance. The scaly ignores him and turns to me instead. Must say I'm impressed by his nerve. Let the cowpie speak. Looks like he's got some quarrel with yours truly. No quarrel. Just here for the Lotus. Is that so? We're here for the Lotus. Nothing more. Not buying it. This one's got a screwed up fizz. What's the matter, eh? Oh boy. Well, here it comes. Did somebody forget to muck out your stall this morning? I smile as condescendingly as possible. Something wrong with your sniffer, I expect. Need a pretty little ring through it, eh, heifer? Ahem, we'd like a luxury booth. Best in the house. The damage is done. He called me a heifer. That's quite a vocabulary, but it won't matter once Bixby shows up. Surely it's not the incense I'm smelling, it's the... Oh boy. I might make a fool of myself, but here we go. Surely it's not the incense I'm smelling. It's the horse spilling out of your manky mouth, which you better shut before I swell it shut for you. Come now, I shouldn't get blood on Bixby's floor. Look, this is a clean place and your lot's not welcome here. Always fighting and whatnot. Look here, lad, you're clearly a new hire, but if you don't let me in, I'll have to have a word with Bixby about his staff. Bixby, eh? We'll see about that. He'll be making his rounds any minute. Is this Bixby? Oh, here we go. Out trots Mr. Browncoat, surely come to see what the fuss is about. He wears a long-faced countenance, a gold pocket watch, and a lavender-tinted pince-nez on his aquiline nose. Despite his careful preening, the turbulence of a life lived in the margins shows on his face. Hello, hello, what do we have here? I've not even started my rounds, and already there's a scuffle in the foyer. Spryness. Sorry there, Bixby. But the bouncer was just saying how Minotaurs are no longer welcome in your fine establishment. And why not? A Minotaur is welcome here like any other customer. Oh yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Browncoat. I should have known. We'll talk about this later. As you can see, there are clients to entertain. Bixby darts a disapproving look at the bouncer. I suppose good help is hard to find, but rest assured you'll have a private booth and bottomless hot tea on the house. Now, gents, let us away to the Lotus. Very cool. All right, well, that was an interesting discussion. Bixby ushers you through the door and leads the way down the back stairs, the stranger on your heels like a stubborn shadow. The Red Lotus is draped in a haze of pale smoke, dotted with flickering candles and incense glowing like cinders in the night. The smell of burning opium is dark and rich, like a batch of floral biscuits with a sharp afterbite. The pale red glow from the Chinese lanterns paints the space in perpetual twilight. It's easy to lose track of time within these walls, whiling away your days in a blissful waking dream. Okay. Well, Opiomaniac. Well, that can't be great. But I did know that some sort of a den, like they used to have opium dens in places, so I kind of figured that Red Lotus Den was going to be that. Well, that's interesting, and I think we're off to an interesting start. But but we're in a new scene, and before we really get into it, unfortunately, I'm out of time for this one. We pushed it a little long, but hey, it's a new adventure, right? So we have Atticus Daley. We're in London in sort of like an interesting mythological creature crossover into Victorian London, and there are mysteries afoot. I'm kind of enjoying this. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Thanks for hanging with me. Take care of yourself, and until next time, happy trails, my friend.